So what's going on in the global wheat markets? Well, we have our OSU Extension grain marketing specialist, Kim Anderson, to help talk us through it. So Kim, what is going on?
Well, we got to start with Russia and Ukraine and exports. Russia closed the grain corridor for Ukraine. Ukraine retaliated, says you close our corridor, we're going to assume that all ships coming into your ports have military equipment. They have hit 2 ships with drones. That has increased the cost for Russia to get ships into the port and exports with higher insurance. There's some shippers that are no longer sending ships to the Black Sea area. So it's increased the cost of wheat coming out of that area. And of course, that should be supportive for our prices. You got to look at world record wheat production projected for this year and slightly lower ending stocks. So some conflicting information there.
So what's the impact on wheat prices?
Well, you'd expect with what's going on with the grain corridor in the Black Sea, with Russia exporting 37% of all bread, flour, wheat, Ukraine projected 10%, you'd expect higher prices. But what we've seen is lower prices. We saw prices go from $8.50 in late July down to $6.90. Down now around $7. If you look at the average wheat price in Oklahoma since 2008, it's been $5.75. So we still have a relatively high price, but with what's going on with Ukraine and in the Black Sea, I'd have expected prices to go up, and they went down.
So what's going on in the corn market?
Well, if we talked about the corn market last week in detail, corn prices have been going down. Look like they may have stabilized. They went down from $5.40 down to around $4.70, 70 cents down. You look at the 5-year average Oklahoma corn price, $4.80. We were looking at record world corn production, near record or record U.S. corn production, and increasing corn ending stocks, both world and U.S. this year. So you'd expect lower corn prices.
And finally, soybeans.
Well, you look at the soybean market, I think you've got to look at who's importing it and who's exporting it. 57% of the world's soybean exports are out of Brazil, 3% out of Argentina, so that's 60% right there. The U.S. 30%, 2 major exporters. And the importer, China, imports 60% of all soybeans. So that determines our price there. You look at soybean production, record in the world, second highest soybean production projected in the U.S. You're looking at increasing ending stocks for soybeans, but still well below average. The average soybean price in Oklahoma has been $10.60. Current price is around $12.50. So about where you'd expect soybean prices to be.
So given all that, what's your advice for producers?
I think producers just should sell on a stagger in both corn, beans, wheat into the market, dollar cost averaging. On corn and beans in Oklahoma, normally it's best to sell at harvest.
So why not take chances, right?
Let's do it.
All righty, thanks Kim. Dr. Kim Anderson, grain marketing specialist here at Oklahoma State University.